Welcome Strategy Battle Gamers to another Speak, Friend and Question with the GBHL team. You're here with James.
And Jamie. And I've printed off the questions this time, so we're not going to be reading direct from the YouTube page.
How organised is Jamie? He's literally just got in. This is how dedicated we are. We are again sat in
the van.
The bio buggy. The biomobile.
The bio buggy.
With tyres loaded up behind and bibs and the smell of sweaty people.
Sweaty overalls.
Yeah. Not really overall. Training bibs.
Yeah, overalls.
And literally just picked Jamie up from work. I've just finished work myself, hence the uniform. And here we are. And your second Speak, Friend and Question.
It is, yeah.
I think your appearance was quite well received last time.
It was. I've got some questions that I want to answer though.
There's been some good questions that
There have
scene.
been.
Look at this, we've both got, there's even a staple. How organised is Jamie? This is
3 pages worth as well.
3 pages worth of questions. Well, we better crack on. Last time it took us about an hour, didn't it?
It did, yes, yeah.
So yeah. Is this in
reverse chronological, so it's from newest first.
You wanna? Alright, okay.
So we start with newest first and...
Should we go for oldest first?
Oldest
Last
first.
time there's some people who did a follow-on question, didn't they?
Okay, yeah, start the back then.
We'll do it that way round. Right, so let's start off with that guy, 513. That's a great name. This really is a fantastic format. Keep the Q&A going. Thank you very much.
Thank you, that guy.
Woo! We like that guy.
Yeah.
We like that guy. He's cool. He's cool. No, we really appreciate it. I think we're both enjoying it, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. The comments make it all worthwhile as well.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds strange to hear, but it is just so nice to go on and see. Keep it up, guys. You're doing a great job. Or, you know, thanks for doing this. You know, really appreciate it. It is nice to hear.
It is nice to see those. And not nice seeing any negative comments.
Calm yourself.
What are we doing wrong? We're trying our best. We're trying our best. Okay, next up we've got Oddvids.
Yep.
You may notice I'm reading out a lot of the questions. There's a reason for this, because Jamie will probably be giving lots of answers.
Yes. He needs to get his airtime.
Oddvids. Hey, great video as ever. Thank you very much. Loving the content on the channel. My question to you guys is, how lenient or strict are players, particularly tournament players, when it comes to conversions? I love the modelling side of the hobby and have made a lot of converted miniatures. For example, most recently I took a few old warriors of the Last Alliance and modelled them into Dead Marsh Spectres with zombie bits and an Army of the Dead style paint job. That sounds quite cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. If you've got a picture, send it over to us, or if you're on any of the forums, just point us in the right direction. I'd like to have a look at your conversions. Would this sort of thing be a problem when wanting to play at a GW store or tournament? Question that I would have wanted answering as well until recently.
Yeah. So for this, Games Workshop have a strict policy. If you're going to play in their stores or Games Workshop tournaments, if they produce a model for it and it's available to buy, you have to use that model. So they do still sell Dead Marsh Spectres on their website, so you wouldn't unfortunately be able to use them in a Games Workshop tournament. However, in the Independent League, in the Great British Hobbit League,
the Friendly League,
they'd be more than happy to let you use them, just as long as you give them an email in advance saying, oh, I've converted these models, am I right to use them? And the tournament organiser will more likely just say, yeah, that's fine, just make sure your opponents are aware of it beforehand. Yeah,
I think people are quite easygoing with conversions, and even to a degree with proxies, which I was quite surprised about.
Yeah.
Because I really worked hard to make sure that my Rohan list was exact. Because for my first tournament, I was like, no, I can't. Yeah, I couldn't
it's
take
got to be what you see is what you get. But yeah.
Well, I saw in the rules pack though, someone was like, yeah, you can use Rohan riders with bows for outriders. And I was like, what do you mean? Actually, how much money I've just spent on this?
Which is one of the reasons why Games Workshop want to sort of almost, well, 1, to sell them more models, but 2, for those players who cashed out the money for the actual models, it doesn't make them disheartened that someone else is using a different model. I know I bought 3 of the Wood Elf Command Finecast packs to get 3 Stormcallers, and then I was against an opponent who had converted a Wood Elf with Spear to be a Stormcaller. I was like, come on mate, I just, you know, shelled out all this money to get the right models because it's Games Workshop's rules, and you've not paid any extra for it.
Yeah.
So you do feel a little bit annoyed that these other players have been allowed.
I was quite surprised. I felt a little bit like that when I saw. When you see toothpicks stuck on the back of Dwarf Warriors when you've spent money on. Yeah. Is that something that you do?
It's something I planned to do. I planned to do, and then change my army.
Lewis, you do that, don't you, Lewis? Yes, that's right.
That's quite a common thing.
Is that a common thing?
In tournaments, it's like, you know, I've decided to put spears on these models, but I don't have the time to convert them. Stick something to spears on.
I think generally people aren't too fussed about a really good conversion. That sounds, because Warriors of the Last Alliance modelled them into Dead Marsh Spectres with zombie bits. I mean, the Dead Marsh Spectres, you've got
you get 2
Numenorian.
Yeah, they've got that sort of look on them, and then in the actual Dead Marshes in the film, I think you see Warriors of the Last Alliance in those marshes. So yeah, it fits the theme.
Yeah, I'd really like to see it. I mean, I know that I would be reasonably easygoing. And I think in the independent tournament, again, as long as everybody knows what they're playing against, that's the key thing. So, but don't let it put you off coming down to a tournament. Definitely not. No. Hopefully we'll see you 12th to 13th of April. That's right. Okay, I hope that answers your question, and thank you very much for commenting. And another question. I'm going to introduce a rule. You ask a question one week, you have to ask a question the next week.
Yeah.
That's right. We just want this to keep going and going and going.
Okay, if we answer your question, you ask us another.
Yes, that is the new rule. Play the game. Okay, next up we've got Alistair King. Hey guys, got another question for you. I have been a through and through dwarf player since Shadow and Flame. Yep. Friends with you and Pete then.
Yes, yeah.
And you can do it if you want.
Yeah, I'll answer the question.
I thought you were going to speak dwarvish.
Kazad. Kazadai Manu.
There we go. Yeah. I love it. It just makes me all gooey inside. Since Shadow and Flame, but one model I've never used in SBG is a shield bearer. Yeah, so you can definitely answer this question. Yeah. His stats are okay, bar 1 might and no will or fate, but his special rules seem kind of cool. And was thinking of using him to compete in combats with Durin, Dane, King's Champion as a way to bounce around getting free heroic fights. Yeah. For them meaning more smashy. Nice. Smash it. Also, his reroll courage test for models within 12 inches can be useful. So basically, do we think he's worth it, or are you better off with a normal captain?
Lovely
model.
The shield bearer is one I've never used either. I've always sort of theorised about using him. He's only defence 8, and I'll say only. Only defence 8. 2 wounds, no fate, so he can go down reasonably quickly is my concern with him if he does lose a combat. In all my sort of theory hammer of what to do with a shield bearer, is that I would take 2 of them. So that way you're doubling your chances of heroic combat in, because if you don't know the special rule, do you know the special rule?
I do now. Yeah, they get a free heroic combat. They
get a free heroic combat if they're within 3 inches of the dwarf hero that they're bodyguarding.
Yeah.
And they've got to get closer to that dwarf hero after their heroic combat.
Right, okay.
So if you took 2 of them, you can sort of very quickly destroy the enemy's line.
Right, okay.
Because you're constantly heroic combating.
It's a well looked for model, especially sort of metal shield bearer. They go for quite a lot of money, don't they?
Yeah. I'm not sure if they're even available anymore. Or if they only come.
No, you can only buy them as part of the dwarf.
The Finecast dwarf pack, yeah.
Yeah, which I sold it. I think.
What a shame.
What the?
You sold it.
I did sell it.
Yeah.
So I think. Well, I sold each individual model. I ended up selling for about 15 quid.
Wow. You easily made your money back.
Made loads of money. Loads of money.
Yeah, for his special rules, on his own, he's not great. He really does need to be in conjunction with other stuff, maybe some supports as well, because he's only got 2 strikes. For whether him or a normal captain, I would personally take the normal captain, because he's got the 2 points of might, so he can call the heroic moves that you need him to.
Yeah.
He's still 2 attacks, so he's just likely to kill stuff in the first round of combat. And he's got his shield, so I think the shield bearer should have a shield as well, really. But
one thing that I would really recommend is that just give it a go. Yeah. I mean, even if you don't have the shield bearer model, just in some friendly games.
Use a captain. Yeah. He's pretty much a dwarf shield bearer, let's say, anyway.
Well, yeah, and just play around with it, because you might find that you don't like playing that way. You might find that you do like playing, and I did a lot of that before actually buying certain models. So I did that, for example, with do I want Outriders, do I not want, am I going to spend this much money on these models? To a degree. I did it for the extra 2 Sons of Ale, because you want to know before you put in the investment. I mean, if you're going to get a shield, if you've not got a shield bearer and you're going to get one, you know, you're going to have to pay 24 quid.
You might as well play test it before you buy it.
Yeah, play test it. And it might not work for Jamie, but it might work for you. So let us know how it goes. Have a couple of games of it, and let us see if in theory it works. Maybe try it with 2, like Jamie says. So next up, we've got Dead Marsh Spectre. This is Kev of Shadow and Flame.
Yes.
Yeah, Shadow and Flame. That announcement hasn't gone up yet. Our one.
Oh yeah.
so I won't go into details, but keep watching our videos, and we've got something very exciting to announce, which will probably go up tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm off tomorrow doing videos and buying Christmas presents and stuff.
Awesome.
He puts, thanks for the shout out, guys. It's a pleasure.
You're welcome.
I'm still neck deep in elves, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. You guys can count me in for some paint jobs, for sure, as soon as I've cleared my books. Yes! Okay, if you don't know, DMS is a fantastic commission painter. And if you, if you're watching these videos and you're not on the One Ring forum or the Last Alliance, get on there, because it's a great community, and it's going to really keep you sort of motivated with things like paint. I mean, they do a lot of hobby challenges on the One Ring.
Yes, yeah, the One Ring is pretty much known for its amazing, like the hobby side of it has such a stronger sort of group than Last Alliance does. And
look at some of DMS's work, and at the moment he's batch painting like hundreds of thousands of elves, you know, and I've struggled to get through 8. I really have. So hats off to you, DMS. He's put, it's great work you're doing here, and I'd be more than happy to help you out. Keep it up, guys. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kev. Really appreciate that. You are a legend. Next up, we got JT from Awkward Battles. I think this is in reference because we mentioned
the Tale of 4 Gamers that used to be in the White Dwarfs.
Right. Okay.
In the last Speak Friend in question, and yeah, JT's saying that he organises one of these.
Oh, he organises. Or does he organise the one? He's put, no. I organise the Tale of 4 Gamers campaign.
JT, there is no the Tale of 4 Gamers. Tale of 4 Gamers can happen with any 4 gamers who are building up a force. But I think you're saying you run one as well.
Yeah, JT.
Yeah, JT.
Yeah, wind your neck in, pal. Yeah, because I'm sure, unless he's talking that he organised the one with Southern Dunedain, Sam Page, and Mark Nighty Night.
Maybe.
Boland. Maybe you organised that one. Maybe that's what you're saying. Because I know that they were doing it.
Yeah.
Because I remember Mark Boland, Nighty Night, trying to put together, I think it was an Arnor force. And he was trying to get loads of metal Arnorians, and I think it was killing him.
Yeah.
He put more research. The next Tale of 4 Gamers, this is the next one that JT is doing, is running from January until March, and details will be displayed in the Awkward Battles Facebook page. And he'll PM or email the rules to anybody thinking of taking part.
Yeah. Cool, so.
Nice little plug for yourself there, JT.
Yeah. I'm going to proofread these in the future.
Yeah, I think so. You're paying for this advertising, JT, of Awkward Battles? No. Okay, next up.
We're reading up.
Read up the page, right? Okay, okay. So next up, we've got Werner's Miniatures.
Or Werner's. I think it might be actually
Werner's.
Yeah, like a German W.
Okay, Werner's Miniatures. Tell us if it's Werner or Werner. And this guy shares a lot of our posts, so thank you very much. When hurling a hunter orc on warg through other hunter orcs on wargs, is the hit divided like shooting out, like shooting? Or does the orc and the warg take the hit?
Yeah.
I think I know the answer to this.
I haven't got my rulebook with me, but I'm pretty sure
they both take the hit.
It would depend on what the wording is. Because if it says the model takes a hit, I think it would be randomised because that's one model.
I think that's what it says.
I think it would be randomised then.
I think it says the model makes it.
Yeah, so, let's just say you were shooting at a cavalry model. You shoot at the model, and then you got to randomise whether the hit goes on.
Yeah.
So, depending on what the wording is, if it says every model hit takes a strength 3 hits, then I'd be inclined to say you randomise. But then also, the logic side of me, the interpretation side of me, would think everything takes a hit. Yeah.
We'll try and find that out for you.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely put the answer on the next Speak Friend and question. Good question. But do you see these comments whilst we're sharing?
Yes, we do.
Yes, and you got on that straight away.
I replied to that one there and then.
We broke the.
I broke the rule, but
the rule, which is because we see all of your questions coming up, and we can't wait.
We just want to jump in and answer them there and then, but we're like, no, wait for the Q&A.
We do, and if you do have questions, put them all on here because, as you can see, we do go through them all. Next up, we've got One Good Riddance. What is your opinion on Easterling chariots? They are one of the best looking models, in my opinion. And now they can use brutal power attacks. I learnt this off you the other day, didn't I?
You are not mistaken.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, which is crazy. Maybe you can review the DOS movie when it comes out. We've already done that. Yeah. We went to go and watch it on
Friday.
On Friday. I watched it twice.
You watched it twice, haven't you?
So we're not going to give our opinion on what we think because we actually didn't do a a review.
Like a full movie review. But hopefully like a little bit later on so you've got a chance to see it before we start spoiling it.
Yeah, all I'm going to say is Jamie was a rubbish date and he didn't even buy my popcorn. So all I'm going to say...
Bought a ticket though.
Yes, you did. I was like, that was well cheap. I was like, I think he got it wrong. He only charged us a £5. I was like, that was really good. Maybe it's because it's during the daytime or whatever. He's like, no, I've already paid for it. I have to give you some money for that.
Nah, you gave me a lift home.
I always give you a lift home.
Yeah, so his question.
Yeah. Imagine a compact and concise review could generate views and hopefully subscribers.
Yeah, well,
we're nearly on 350, you know.
Yeah, I saw before I left work we're on 342, wasn't it?
Round of applause to all you guys. It was 343 when I left.
Oh, even better.
You guys rule. Nearly on 350.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. It's so quick.
Yes.
We must be doing something right. We've had a couple of negative comments. We must be doing something right.
I think generally you're never going to please everyone on YouTube.
I think it's my hair and your beard in combination.
I think it's my hair in general.
Probably, actually, yeah. I'm going to cover up. You see what one of my clients made me today? They have knitted me for Christmas a Biotic Fit beanie hat. I'm going to wear it for the rest of this video. Okay, what are our opinions on Easterling chariots? I don't have an opinion. I've never seen one in action. The fact that they can do brutal power attacks, I think is pretty awesome.
The Easterling chariot as a troop type, I think, is very weak. They're fight 3, strength 3, 1 attack.
Strength 3?
Strength 3, yeah.
And it's got no sort of like, it's strength 4 or 5 on a charge or anything?
No. It counts as monstrous cavalry in that if it charges regular cavalry, you have to knock them off. Knock them over. But the best way to get your use out of a chariot, I believe, is to have an Easterling king on chariot, or Khandish king. I forgot from what it goes on it. But that's the best way, because you get the might, the extra strength, the extra attacks.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he's the way to go for a chariot. The rest of them are a bit pants. Because if you get counter-charged, you know, you got the low fight, you got the...
It's good if they're counted as a monstrous mount, because there's not many things that are counted as monstrous mounts.
Again, I've not got my rules book with me, but I think it's only on the charge they count as a monstrous mount.
Right.
So if they are charged, they're just like a big cavalry model.
Yeah. But could potentially be quite good anti-cavalry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're good anti-cavalry, yeah.
Good anti-cavalry. So if you want to, maybe one of you guys who tries and designs a list to beat my all-mounted cavalry Rohan list.
Which he still refuses to play me with.
That's it. It's gone into retirement. It's been finished painted now. That's it. They're going to live in a glass cabinet, and you guys will forever think that they're invincible, which they're not.
They know they're not.
They're not. They're not. But they're invincible against you. Yeah, so far.
They all know you've cheated as well.
Next up, we've got Jantjelut. Jantjelut? Jantjelut? Is that how you say that?
That's what I think. Jantjelut, wouldn't it?
If we've got it wrong, let us know, because I know that we've got a couple of pronunciations wrong.
Yeah. Please, if you're telling us how to say your name, please spell it out phonetically, so that we can just sound it rather than dissect it and go on Wikipedia to find stuff, because it is difficult. Yeah,
that would be great. That would help us out massively. And we want to get it right. We want to get to know all of you guys, so it's important when we're saying names right. Although if any of you guys want to call me Jamez, I don't mind.
I was just thinking it'd be like me calling you Jamez.
Jamez? Jamez? I like it. Right, he's put, as asked in a comment on the What's Changed video, my comment in question. Oh, this is right. If you ask your questions elsewhere, we will answer them. But if you want the whole community to benefit and you want us to really take some time together, speaking it out, put them on here. So you did ask a question on there. I said this would be a great question for this. So, but hey guys.
Oh yes.
Nice to see this little discussion going on, and the best thing, you guys see the good thing that the special strikes do to the game. So we were talking about the What's Changed video and how special strikes have influenced the game, for better and for worse, etc. Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, was always a skirmish game with individual models, opposed to 40k where entire squad strikes at the same time. The special strikes put some additional attention to the single model, adding their own strength to the fight. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think it works as a scale. It would never work as a sort of mass unit.
On the grand scale.
No, but as a skirmish game. And I think it's good for hobbyists as well, you know, for conversions. And you see people having to get out their craft knives and, like me, and buy a pin vise, can put swords where axes should be and
vice versa.
Vice versa. Yeah. There is just one thing I'd like to question. You, Jamie. You, Jamie.
Yeah, me.
You, Jamie, mentioned a Moria Gundabad Orc army with some models converted with Scourge's whips.
It was a goblin army.
A goblin army, yeah.
A goblin army, yeah.
Not a Gundabad.
Not a Gundabad goblin, of course.
Yeah, Gundabad goblin. And we have to emphasise that now because we have
Gundabad Orcs.
Gundabad Orcs because of the Desolation of Smaug release. Yeah. My question is, to what extent can you model specific hand weapons on models, like the not so often used whip and staff? Are you always allowed to model a single hand weapon of every kind of special strike on every model? I asked this, it's a very good point, I asked this because I can't really imagine warriors in Minas Tirith with axes or whips, or is because of my personal more thematical taste of models. Yeah, I like theme players, good stuff. P.S. My name on most forums, although I'm more of a lurker, is the Blonde Rider. That's helpful in case you ever post on anything. Yeah. So yeah, basically the question is, are there any limits on the mods that you can do?
You got to check the model's sort of like profile.
Yeah.
If it says it's armed with a sword and a shield, then it's going to have a sword because that's what's in its profile. If it says it's armed with a shield and hand weapon, then you're more than free to convert to whatever you want.
There you go.
Nice and simple.
Look at this efficient answer of questions. There you go. So that's great. So if it says it in the war gear,
then if it's in the war gear, it's going to stay as it is. If it's not in the war gear, if it says hand weapon or single hand weapon, then change as to your heart's content.
Next up, we've got a question from Peter Sanson. He's put, great channel. Thanks so much for this.
You're welcome.
And thank you. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. It motivates us to do more, doesn't it?
It does.
When we look and there's like some videos that went up like a couple of weeks ago and they're already on nearly 500 views.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's brilliant. That's exactly what we want. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. Keep watching the videos, commenting, sharing, liking, telling people about it.
Yeah.
Getting involved. That really helps. You are from Sweden.
Hello.
Hello from the UK to Sweden.
Yep.
I'm recently a father of 2. Congratulations.
Congrats.
So don't have much time.
Yeah.
If I want to come to England for one tournament event, which one should I choose? Which is the biggest?
We've got smirks on our faces.
What you should definitely do is make sure you mark out the 12th, 13th of April 2014. Yeah. That's if you want to do something with the channel. We're going to be organised. This is we're not going to go into detail because we've got a proper release video with all the details. But you all probably have guessed that Jamie and I are going to be running a GBHL channel tournament in Manchester in April 2014. And we would love lots of you guys to come and support that, wouldn't we?
Yes, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely epic. Lots of people are pledged to come from around the world. There's going to be tons of players. We've got some great ideas. We've got a few things in line for you which are a bit of a nice surprise.
Yeah.
To make it different from sort of maybe, I don't know if there is a standard tournament, but
no, I guess there is sort of your standard tournament where you turn up and play and get prizes for coming first and then best painted, best sportsman. We've got some other ones in there and some special sort of secret stuff we've got going on as well.
Yeah, so keep an eye out. We'd love to see you coming over in April, and we'd obviously like to meet everybody who gets involved in the channel. So look at that one. But there are other tournaments which are great. There's a big growing independent scene now.
Yes, there is. Some of the other biggest ones that we've had this last year was down in London for the Longbottom Carnival. That got 26 attendance, so we're hoping to get more than that. The biggest, and sort of like, if there was only one tournament that you could attend, I would go to the Games Workshop Grand Tournaments, the Throne of Skulls. Reason being, as much as we want you to come to our sort of independent league tournaments, by going to Games Workshop, you show them, one, that you're supporting the hobby and are willing to travel. 2, it's Warhammer World, and there's no venue that compares for pure just geekdom. And yeah, just that's the most sort of show of force that we can make to show them that players are willing to travel for the hobby.
I would divide my answer into 3 parts. I would say if you want to come and support the channel and what we're doing, and you know the local independent scene, and don't mind going to any part of the UK,
come to Stockport.
Come to us. But there are some great ones. You've just been to a fantastic one up in Scotland.
Yes, yeah.
What I would recommend, if you're going to come over to the UK specifically for a tournament, you know, try and think of it as a mini holiday or a break, and
like
think
a 4-day weekend almost.
Yeah, and think what part of the country would I like to visit? What are the tourist attractions? What would I like to be there for? So if you'd like to come and have some video back reps with us, and you'd like to meet the team, and you'd like to spend some time with us and see what it's all about, then April the 13th. Second part, if you are a massive Games Workshop person, you're really into you know, the hobby and you want to do your holiday specifically for that, like Jamie says, go to Warhammer World, and that'll be a good experience for you. And I would say the third part, if you can get to one of the tournaments, sort of, that is somewhere where you would visit for touristy reasons. So London, obviously, is an obvious one. Yeah, and there's lots of tournaments there.
Yeah.
And so that's how I would divide the question. But hopefully we'll see you in April.
Yeah.
That would be really good. We hope you're there, Peter. I will get a pint ready for you. Yeah. Next up, thanks for your question as well. Next up, we've got Owen Wright. He's Serial Thief, friend of ours. He's put, Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, Figaro. And this is reference to this floating head format.
Yeah. Although we're less floaty today because
it looks like we've got a desk. This is my dashboard.
Yes, you've got green on, so you're not so floaty. I've got my dark hoodie on, so I just look like my head again. Yeah, you
look like your face, floating head. This is... Oh. Whoa. Look at the lighting effects. Not that impressive. So yeah, I also thought that when I saw it.
That's what we said when we did a bit of playback. It was like, wow, just floating heads.
Yeah. Here we go. So next up, we've got...
How do you pronounce this guy's name then, James?
Deathclip.
Deathclip. He's been in touch with you. He's
been in touch with me. He doesn't want us to use his real name.
Yeah.
But he's told me what this means in English. Okay. That's a lot of letters for what it means in English as well.
It is.
So you are Deathclip, and thank you very much. You are a first stage subscriber, officially big supporter. He's put, what is your opinion of the Great Beast of Gorgoroth?
I'm not a fan of it.
What's its profile like? What does it do?
What's its profile? It is sort of like a mini...
Is it like a mini mummock?
It's a mini mummock.
It's like a weaker version of a mummock.
Oval size base, so like a dragon size base, or the cave drake. Has I believe
Madagascar Slayer.
Yeah. I believe it has an 8-inch movement, and
same as a mummock.
Same as a mummock. No, mummock's... Oh no, I think it's 8 inches, same as a mummock. Yeah. And has a trample, but a much weaker version, so it makes one strength 6 hits.
Right.
And if it kills, it moves on for the rest of its movements.
Okay.
If it fails,
how many points is it?
I think it's just over 100.
So it's a lot cheaper than a mummock.
It's a lot cheaper. You also get... It comes with 9 orc bowmen on there.
That's good. It comes with
it counts as 1 bow for your force total.
That's good.
So obviously they can move they can shoot anyway if it moves full. And they're hitting on a 5+. So it's not terrible.
So let's see where it could be useful. Seems quite cheap.
Where its downside is the fact that it remains fight value 3. And I think it has only something like 2 or 3 attacks at fight 3. And if it fails to kill, it stops where it is.
Yeah.
And it's in combat with that.
Same as a mummock.
Same as a mummock, yeah.
But a mummock is more likely to kill.
Mummock's more likely to kill. And it's only defense 6, I believe. With 3 wounds.
Well, it's only defense 6.
Yeah.
So it's much easier to kill.
If you get a hero in there and trap it, and hero's going to beat it in combat more than likely.
Yeah.
It can go down in a turn very quickly.
Yeah.
And then all those orcs on top take falling damage.
Have you ever seen it used in a tournament?
Not in a tournament. I've seen it used in some practice games and theoretical games. Where you just have that base for it.
And how'd it get on?
It didn't perform very well. I think in the game I played, it killed, I think, 2 with its charge and then was swamped.
Yeah.
It causes terror like a big beast you'd expect it to, but you can get around that.
Yeah, I've never come across one. I've come across plenty of Mummokill.
I've also heard...
I've always done alright against Mummokill. So.
I've also heard it was one of the first Finecast releases.
Well, there's lots of problems.
And there were lots of problems with the fact that it comes sort of in 2 halves, like an Easter egg, you just clip it together.
Yeah.
But if you imagine that was my fingers there at the base... one was really warped and it was kind of like that.
Ooh.
And it wouldn't glue. So you got your top, it's fine, I can't think. And one was, so you just, you had to like bend it back into place in boiling water.
I've seen references to this in the forum, and because obviously I'm a relatively new
It is sort
SBG.
Of like the fail cast at its finest, or at its worst, I guess.
That was sort of the nail in the coffin, was it? Like where everyone was like, what? It's plastic now, yeah?
No.
Yeah, they brought out a plastic one, haven't they?
Plastic Beast of Gorgoroth?
Yeah, haven't they?
Not to my knowledge. Check on the Games Workshop website.
Also, just making it up.
I would have thought it was still Finecast. Looking at me for.
I can remember a conversation on the forum, and I'm sure it was someone said, "Oh, they've taken the Great Beast of Gorgoroth down," and then it went back up, and it went back up in plastic. Is that right? Unless that was just somebody's wishful thinking. I might be way off. It's highly likely.
Just double check on the forums.
Okay, you put here.
Now the second part.
Oh, you're not allowed to say anything. I'm going to revel in reading this. I'm going to say it in a really patronising way as well.
God damn it.
Also, Jamie, obviously, Def Clip, I'm not taking a mickey out of you. I'm taking a mickey out of Jamie. So I'm not doing an impression of you in this patronising voice. I'm doing this to wind Jamie up. Also, Jamie, I see you losing with Wood Elves over and over and over and over again. Well, I do pretty well with them. Damn right you do, Def Clip. Much better than him. I mainly use Galadrim because strength 4 enemies, which is what you'll be running into when playing against evil. Are going to be wounding them on 5s if you upgrade all of them with shields. Also, use one warband of Wood Elves with a bow and spear with Legolas. Try Galadrim Stormcaller too. He is cheap and can use Nature's Wrath and Cool Winds. Try adding some Galadrims and see how you do. Well, first of all, I'm not going to let Jamie answer this part because we really, really appreciate you getting in touch and giving Jamie some advice because he needs it. He really does. He really does. But Jamie actually...
just won a tournament with my Wood Elves.
He's just won a tournament with his Wood Elves, and he has won with them before. And, I mean, what we should break down this question to instead, because I think what you guys get is when you watch these...
You see my battle reports and you see me sort of not playing as I might normally play.
A lot of our battle reports have been quite fun, haven't they?
Yeah.
They've been quite fun. They've not been ultra competitive.
For my Wood Elves in the battle reports, I'm going to break the fourth wall a little bit here and let you all in on a little secret. If I played my Wood Elves the way I play them for tournaments, you'd have very boring battle reports. As in, most of it is just
shooting.
Quite shooty. And as interesting as it might be to see Wood Elves played as they should be.
Do you take throwing daggers and skirmish with them like that as well? Or?
I used to take a lot of throwing daggers.
So you used to do a lot of that?
I used to do a lot of that when it wasn't move and shoot.
Yeah.
With move and shoot got there now, throwing daggers are wasted. But I use quite a shooting heavy force, and it's not interesting to watch on a battle report, me just throwing dice each turn down. So I believe that there was a comment in your Grey Company recently, I think today it went up.
Yeah, I saw that today actually, someone commented.
Someone said, this was so one-sided, you know, time limit, defensive hill, this was boring, not a great watch or something.
He said it was a good battle report. He just said that it was not fair.
Yeah.
It was fair because Lewis set up the terrain.
He said defensive hill.
He set up the hill, and he set up all of the terrain, and we started close to each other. And he just made a couple of mistakes when he called heroic marches in his deployment and stuff. I mean, I think we should change this. Not change this question, but sort of compare, because we talked about this the other day. When you take Wood Elves, you don't take Galadrim as much, do you?
I don't take any Galadrim.
You prefer
I
taking...
prefer just the pure Wood Elf warrior. Reason being for me is that defense 5, which is great against the strength 4 enemies, because you're sort of negating the fact they've paid for strength 4.
Yep.
You come up against a Harad force, you come up against a man army, I mean any army of men, you come up against, you know, regular orcs, regular goblins, and they've negated your shield. Yeah, I can imagine it will do. I'm getting hungry here. So yeah, I don't think that's great. I arm most of my Wood Elves with spears, so they've got that option to shield. I don't need to sort of...
Yeah, I like the Wood Elf spear.
Also, I own 3 Stormcallers.
Yeah, you do, don't you? And you use that to unhorse Erkenbrand and...
Yes, yeah. My favourite spell with them isn't Nature's Wrath, it's Call Winds. Because you can really get a hero out of the game, or make them burn their will before they get into combat. Such as, you know, if they're on a Fell Beast as well, it's a 2+ to make them burn will to...
Is it 2+ to hit as well?
2+ to cast, yeah.
Cast, that's good.
Yeah, as for Galadrim, I'm not a huge fan of them, to be honest.
What we should do, Def Clip, we need to get you over in April 2014 from Greece. You can represent Team Greece. Mind you, one good riddance, I think that's Constantine. He's from Greece. In fact, our Greece homie, because I know that it's not going to be you two, we've been checking our analytics, and the only dislikes that we've ever got are from Greece. And I know that it's not you, one good riddance.
I surely hope not.
And it's definitely not you, Def Clip. You know, that means, and I think we've got 3 people from Greece.
Yeah.
So it's your job, representing Team GBHL, is to go out there. You will find that person,
You will go on his YouTube account and make him change those thumbs down to thumbs up.
What are you doing? Why don't you like us? It'd be really good if you came over in April and maybe got your sort of Galadriel-based list to take on Jamie's sort of more sort of cloth wood elves, unarmoured, naked wood elves, and have a bit of a video battle report. That'd be really, really good. We appreciate you getting on and giving advice. But I think probably the battle reports don't paint a fair... I mean, it does with me. I win all the time anyway. But with Jamie...
It's like alter egos in the battle report, isn't it?
It's true. It's true. Anyway, I'm going to move on.
Yeah.
We've got Tom Smith. Thanks for your question, Tom Smith.
Yep.
My question for the next episode. How would you expand the Goblin Town army from Escape from Goblin Town into a larger evil force? Some thoughts I've had are: 1. The 3 trolls, add some big hitting power to the army. 2. Hunter orcs on fell wargs, add an element of speed and the ability to flank to the slow horde army. And 3. Ally with Isengard Uruk-hai, get some more elite shield wall type troops in. Ideally, it'd be vaguely thematic. I would find it hard to imagine a time when Goblin Town would be fighting alongside Harrod, etc. Thoughts? Oh, Quixalis from the One Ring. You are Tom Smith. Fantastic. Well, I'll tell you who does this. Well,
Owen Serial Thief does number 1 with 3 trolls, and that works very well for him. Yeah,
and I was asking you about the 3 trolls the other day when we were watching the extended
Escape from Goblin Town. An unexpected journey.
Yeah, and you were telling me a little bit about them, weren't you? What their strengths were.
Well, their strengths were they've all got their own special brutal power attacks, and high fight value and strength, and stuff like the ability to just take a hero out of the game by putting him in a bag. And they've got special rules to being around their campfire, so they are quite good, and are a good addition to the Goblin Town army, and quite sort of thematic as well, because
Yeah, it's kind of, isn't it?
They're in the same sort of area. For Hunter Orcs on Felwargs,
he takes them as well.
Yeah,
he took them to his 500-point tournament.
Yeah.
I've heard the argument that Hunter Orcs are better on foot.
Yes, because they get
2 attacks.
They get 2 attacks, and then they're not paying for their wasted strength 4.
Yeah.
So they're going to have 2 strikes at all times rather than just 2 on the charge.
Yeah. So maybe better taking some Hunter Orcs on foot. Although your reason for adding an element of speed and the ability to flank just
slow to complement them.
I mean, what you can do now after the DOS, you could bring in some Felwargs because they could just be their own warband. They don't need a hero to lead them. If you wanted that element to it, I don't know. What would you think? You don't
sounds good.
Pay for a hero.
Yeah.
You could get some
just regular Felwargs.
Regular Felwargs to do that job, but then get your Hunter Orcs on foot anyway. Yeah. And that works out better, I think. You're adding more wounds to your army and more attacks.
More models.
More models and stuff, so maybe do that.
Your 3rd is to ally with an Isengard Uruk-hai to get some more elite shield wall type troops in. Now, your problem with doing that is that your goblins aren't going to be able to support them, so you're going to essentially end up building an Isengard force with Escape from Goblin Town, maybe 1 unit and a scribe or something like that. I don't think they're going to complement your force greatly, to be honest.
What about mixing in new goblins and old goblins?
This is what I was going to suggest, is to bring in...
You don't need to be here, Jamie.
If you brought in a shaman, he's going to, a Moria Goblin shaman, he's going to make your scribe give D3 per turn, minimum. All your goblins are going to benefit from his fury. They've got some great frontliners in there. They've got the Gundabad Black Shields, which are defense 6, strength 4.
You use them, don't you?
I use them. Yeah, I mean, that's a really good versatile list. You got Wild Wargs in there, you've got the old good Giant Spiders, you've got some great heroes to lead them, and they've got sort of all the monsters you want as well. So I think those 2 forces complement each other really well and are quite thematic.
Have you seen anybody bring that combination yet?
Yes, Sam Jeffrey.
There's the Where's Wally bit.
There's the beep beep.
Beep beep.
I believe Sam Jeffrey brought them to Preston.
Did he have some? Oh yeah, he did.
Did he?
Not many.
Not many.
It was like a token.
Combined. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe also Owen, Serial Thief again, has brought a Goblin Shaman with his scribe.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That seems like a good combination.
That's probably one of the best you're going to get, because that way you get your all-round fury. I mean, if you get what's it called, a Channel Fury with the Goblin King, He's got his 3+ blubbery save, his 5+ fury roll, and then his fate point.
Yeah, I think was that not one of the problems that Owen had at Preston, was that he kept running away and stuff?
Yes, it was, yeah.
So would Fury.
So Fury would negate that.
Fury would negate that. So it seems like a good combination.
Yeah.
And what the strength? I mean, the strengths of the new goblins, I guess, is the numbers that
just
you can.
Just purely the numbers that you can.
Chittering
back up.
hordes seems to be quite a good little rule for them.
Yes, yeah. But essentially, they all count as having a spear if they're backing up another Goblin Town goblin.
Yeah, that seems pretty good. Thanks for your question there, Tom. Next up, we've got Murtal. Yo, Murtal. How's it going? In fact, I wanted to ask you a question.
Oh, this is just weird.
Number one, have I sent it out yet? I think I have sent out your prize.
Oh yeah.
But the question I wanted to ask you was that you did. We're going to be doing these bedtime bat reps.
Bedtime bat reps, yeah.
And we haven't got any in the bank yet. But I did notice that you, the battle report that you did on the winter board, and you wrote a really nice narrative, and there wasn't loads of pictures, but there was a few there. I was wondering if you minded us using that as our first bedtime bat rep while we wait for people to get them in. So comment below and let me know. You have put, hey fellas, hey Murtal. So my first question for Speak Friend and Question. No way.
Oh, what?
No way is this your first question.
I think he's been greedy, he's got 2 questions.
Whoa, I'm not sure we can answer 2 for you.
Oh, since it's his first question.
I can't believe he's not asked the question before. Where have you been, man? You're a first day subscriber. He's just been commenting in the prize winning.
Yeah. We know your type.
We know what you're up to. What's that? What is it? I know what you're about.
Yeah.
So that's an in joke about some criticism we received once. Just once. Okay. Do you think the Goblin King is overpowered? Should we start with that part?
We'll start with that part, yeah. I don't think he is.
I don't.
I think him as a lone character has the potential to be very destructive. With his 3+ save, and he's only defense 5. So if he does lose the fight, your regular warriors of any nation, really, besides hobbits, can bring him down pretty quick, or at least put their wounds there.
Yep. I don't think he's overpowered.
He's strength 5 and burly, so is Dwalin and Beorn now, isn't he?
Yep, that's Beorn as well.
So there's nothing overly destructive there. No, I don't think he's overpowered.
I think people say this because of that 3+ blubber save.
Yeah.
But I guess that is to sort of counteract the fact that he's defense 5.
Defense 5 and only has 1 fate point. Yeah.
No, so I don't think he's overpowered.
No.
I think, especially if you start to consider what list they come in as well.
Yes, I was going to say, the fact he's got to take those squishy 4-point warriors.
Yeah, it's not like he can bring sort of like fountain
or
I mean, something hard
else that's really nails.
He can only bring not so great troops, so I think that's a good way of thinking about heroes. Sometimes it isn't just the hero itself, but the extension of the points. Yeah. So even when a hero might cost, let's say a hero costs 100 points, but what is it really costing to bring? Because you want to bring him with 12 troops. So what is it? What you're really paying for?
It's sort of like your independent heroes who cost sort of maybe 100 points. If you think about it, they're really costing you 100 and X points because you then got to pay for another hero to bring troops.
Yep. So I think we agree there.
Yeah, I don't think he's overpowered. He's tough and he could last a very long time, but I don't think he's overpowered.
I like him. I like the model as well.
Yeah, he's quite cool, isn't he?
Yeah, just the one from Escape from Goblin Town. Don't see a reason why you'd get
the second part to his question.
And related, do you think there's a power creep with the Hobbit new releases above and beyond the original Lord of the Rings stats? So power creep is quite a common thing, isn't it, within other hobbies in particular? Especially
things like 40k and, well, fantasy.
Yeah, this is something we talked about before, isn't it?
Yeah.
The sort of the need that the latest thing
has to be that bit.
Must buy.
Yeah. I don't think it is. They are overpowered. I think there have been cases in the past of things being a bit overpowered, but I think for this latest release, the Desolation of Smaug, it's been pretty much on the dot.
Yeah, things seem to cost the right amount.
Cost the right amount. So, like, your rangers, despite them taking 100% bows, they cost twice of a normal elf. So, you can have
real
quite a
consideration,
small...
isn't it? And they've got strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, and the Palace Guard cost, well, they've got the same stat line as a High Elf, but pay for their special rule if Thranduil's around, so they're good. The Gundabad Orcs, yeah, they're fine. Fight 3, so there's no sort of Fight 5 amazing Orcs, so that's good. The Spiders are testament to there not being a stat creep at all. They got really, really crap.
We think that we found a solution though, don't we?
Yeah.
We think that they're supposed to have in the brackets
Spider Monster.
Spider Monster, and I think that they might have just copied and pasted that over.
Pasted in, yeah.
not put Monster in, because that would suddenly make them worth it.
The only sort of stat creep broken model from the latest release is Alfred.
Well, yeah, well, not necessarily stat creep, but a loophole, a potential loophole.
Well, I'd say on the whole, probably not, no.
A lot of people thought with Hunter Orcs, didn't they, a little bit?
Oh, initially, because they were Fight 4. But being 2 attacks, Defense 4, Strength 4, and not being able to take a shield, then I don't see too much of a problem with them. Because the Fight 3 is going to get negated by most things, because you're probably going to have a Fight 3 or Fight 4 spear line. So, yeah, I don't think they are.
No, yeah, a lot of people thought that, didn't they? I mean, with the old Lord of the Rings, what were the sort of real, obvious sort of power creepy kind of...
The ones that got jumped on for, stat creep, essentially, was when Morannons got made into plastic. Because Morannon Orcs used to be metal only.
Yeah.
Then they released them as plastic, and they're like, oh, they just want that because that's got the best profile, so they know it's going to sell well.
Right.
But it was always there. The Gundabad Black Shields were jumped on as a stat creep because suddenly Goblins had this Strength 4, Defense 6 unit. Yeah.
What, those Strength 5 Mordor things?
Oh yes, the Blackguard.
Blackguard.
They were considered a bit OP, as it were, with their Strength 5.
Were Reavers a later release?
Reavers were released with the I forgot what the old source book was called. Well, it's essentially now Fallen Realms. It had its own
Harrod and Umbar.
Yeah, I think that was it. I don't think they are very... I think Harrod itself is the one overpowered list. It has so much there that is dirt cheap that...
I was going to say, that's really the thing, isn't it? It's cheap. It's not paid for. Some of the things...
Yeah. So you look at a Watcher Arcana, they got 2 strikes, Strength 4... Fight 4, a special rule, magic resistant to magic, and they cost 9 points base. That is horrendously cheap. Compare that to sort of like a Warrior Minister with Spear and Shield, and they've got the higher fight, the extra attack, the 2 special rules, and and poison arrows if they take a bow.
So not necessarily something we've seen so far.
No.
I'll tell you another good example with the new releases of sort of not stat creep would be the new Lake Town Guard.
Yes, yeah.
Like they're just blokes, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just
standard blokes. They've got nothing. Can't even take a shield. A few people thought with the Warriors of Dale, didn't they? Sort of having that fight, like, well, how come these guys have got as much fight as
a Man of Numenor?
A Man of Numenor. I mean,
well,
Men of Numenor are well outdated anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, I think
if anything, they should be higher. Not
the problem lies with the old profiles, not with the new profiles. I think it will never happen, but what we've discussed at length,
please happen,
in sort of like our own time, is that the fight value system needs to be rescaled. So more things need to be that top tier, and we need to sort of rescale. So let's say Aragorn suddenly becomes fight 7,
which he should be.
Regular elves become fight 6. Elite men remain fight 4. Numenor can become fight 5, and you can sort of scale things down a little bit better.
Yeah,
I think that's the way that it can be solved.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Well, we've talked about it before, haven't we? So no, I don't think there's been too much of a power creep with this. I think we've been quite lucky.
Yeah.
Just be careful of that Alfred with power gamers. If you see somebody do that and they come with Bomber,
Alfred and Bomber is the most point-effective way to get that free will.
It would be disappointing. And do you know what? I think it says a lot about
the person.
Yeah, it says a lot about the person, but it also says a lot that if somebody did that, the reaction, people would just kind of be like, well, we all know that exists, so why?
So why bother?
Why do it? We know that it's there. Don't exploit it.
Yeah.
Because you've got a really good example of that, haven't you?
Of the old. I've mentioned it in a couple of videos now. The old Outriders and Gambling.
I was fascinated by this, by the way, when he told me. I was like, what? This sounds great.
Back before Warbands, in case you didn't know, Outriders used to count as a Rohan hero with 0 might, 0 will, 0 fate. Gambling's banner's wording used to be every Rohan hero within 3 inches or 6 inches, I can't remember what range it was. that starts the turn with 0 might may gain 1 point of might. And so what this meant was you had sort of 30 outriders, all with bows, and they all gained a point of might for 1 turn, each turn, without fail, as long as that banner was alive. And we all knew it was there, and we all knew how destructive it was, because you could move and shoot with 3+ hitting, 24-inch bows, all of them charged up with a bit of might, so you'd be ripping through armies left, right, or just without problem, really. And we all knew it was there, but none of us used it, because where's the challenge, essentially? So I just think if we can have that
and then someone did use it.
And then a group of Polish lads came over, used it and won it, and Games Workshop shut down the loophole.
Yeah.
So I just hope that we, as a community, can not use it, as it were.
Yeah.
Not abuse the rule. Use Alfred by any means, but, you know, don't try and restore his will so he can just keep on giving might out. Because that's not how the game... That's not how that character was designed to be used, I don't think.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah.
And if you do that, I hope you roll plenty of 1s, so all your heroes lose might.
Yeah. I don't think it's intended to be like that. So it would be a shame people exploited it. And remember, something like that is different to a combination which works well. That is something which is outside the normal mechanics of the game. I explained this to someone the other day because I know that you've been sort of poking me about this potential sort of Shade and Reavers.
Oh yeah.
Shade and Reavers thing, which I've not done yet, but I'm going to give it a go. Now that's not like a... It's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
One is like a special rule, or 2 special rules that aren't supposed to sort of one doing this, and then just building each other. It'll change the mechanics of the game.
Yeah.
You get people just bunkering up and charging up the heroes.
Just sit back with a shooting force, build up your might stores, and when you feel as if you've got enough might, then you can go in. Which is not how it's meant to be played.
Maybe I could do this in January. I'm not like that. I won't do it.
For 400 points, I think it's a bit of a waste, to be honest.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Daniel Jones. Oh, by the way, thanks for your question, Murtal. Daniel Jones. Hey guys, awesome videos. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Who would you rather have in a tournament force, Gandalf the Grey or Gandalf the White?
No question, Gandalf the Grey. Not even
cheaper.
He's cheaper, and as I said earlier, if you're going to take an independent hero, which he essentially is, you know, unless you take another Fellowship member or another member of the White Council, or Thorin's company, he is essentially an independent hero. He's going to be on his own, setting up somewhere. And you're probably going to then have to pay, again, for another hero to then lead your troops. You know, his basic spells are...
What's the difference in points? 50 points?
50 points, yeah.
And what are you getting for that? He casts a little bit better and he's got a couple of extra spells.
He casts everything 1 easier. He's got, your stuff is broken and can take an Elven Cloak. So the Elven Cloak is nice on a caster, but to be honest, his spell casting is not terrible as Gandalf the Grey. And what you really want him for is probably cast Blinding Light.
If you don't know what that is, it means that people
it's a 6-inch range from that model. Everyone within that range is hit on a 6 from shooting attacks, so it defends your weak forces like my Wood Elves quite well.
Yeah, good for my cavalry as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
protect the horses.
And also Sorcerer's Blast. And a 5+ Sorcerer's Blast, if you throw 2 dice at a turn, you got a good chance of casting that.
Yeah.
And
what's it do? I've never seen it done.
No, I think we should use it in a back wrap. Basically, Sorcerer's Blast, it's sort of where Hurl... It's a very similar rule to Hurl.
Right, okay.
You cast Sorcerer's Blast on a model. That model is pushed back D6 inches. It takes a Strength 5 hit. Every model it hits is knocked down, and those models take a Strength 3 hit.
Alright, so yeah, it's like Hurl, but instead of a Strength 6 hit, it's a Strength 5.
Yeah. And you don't take models... Oh, you take a Strength 3 hit for the models you go through, I believe, as well, maybe? No, you don't.
You don't.
You just take that 1 Strength 5 hit and then fall over.
And you see that get well used in...
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
Because of its 12-inch range, you see, like, sort of... If someone leaves a line of troops going somewhere, then someone blasts a model down it. Or blasts into heroes, or blasts heroes to make them burn their will.
Just like Hurl.
Yeah.
Just like Hurl, really. Okay, cool. I hope that answered your question, Daniel.
So Gandalf the Grey, he's cheaper, and you can afford to bring more of your army with him.
Okay, our final question. This is a final question.
Yeah.
Want more next week, guys? Remember, if we've answered your question this week,
You have to ask again.
you have to ask again. We've got Gamer Dude 490. Thanks for your question, pal. You put, hey guys, if you had to pick an army that you normally don't play, which would you choose? It's a very good question.
Hobbits. I've always wanted to have a Hobbit force.
Really?
Yeah. Just
for fun?
Just for fun, and they've got a pretty similar playstyle to the Wood Elves. Lots of shooting.
Lots of shooting.
Lots of throwing stones.
Just get more of them.
Yeah, lots more.
And you arm them up with axes and make them do piercing strikes.
Make them arm up with axes and take either Aragorn or Gandalf with them. Gandalf for Castellan Light, if you reckon you might be shot down too quick, or Aragorn to call a free heroic shoot per turn, so you at least shoot them first each turn. And a free heroic march means they're actually moving at a decent speed.
Yeah, I played against Hobbits once. Yeah. It's the longest game I've ever played. It was.
There is that issue with them. There's so many of them.
70 models. It was ridiculous. This was Mark, Nighty Night, and it was it him and Pete versus me and Steve?
Oh, I think you told me about this battle, yeah.
Yeah, and I brought Rohan. This was before the days of Sons of Ale, and
yeah,
this was when it was just riders and
riders.
Just skirmish to death, and it was literally a case of Steve brought fiefdoms.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I think we were playing that until like 6 in the morning or something. We started at 9:30. No, it was just like Steve had long gone home, so I carried on playing. Yeah, I don't play like that anymore. It was just literally me running around the outside of the board, shooting at hobbits and dwarves, and then when they got isolated, charging in on them. And it was a long game. I'm really sorry, Pete and Mark. Luckily, Pete continued to wanting to play with me. Have I played Mark since? I'm not sure. Come and play with me again, Mark. I'm not like that anymore. But yeah, it was fun to see.
Yeah.
70 models. It was cool.
There's so many.
Fun little heroes and that as well.
Yeah, they're cool.
I like the guys on ponies.
Like Merry Knight of the Mark and things. Yeah. Just take him in your Rohan force.
It was cool, yeah. Should do. And they move, was it 8 inches?
8 inches,
yeah. I can't fit him in.
Oh, sure you can. Drop Eowyn.
Drop what?
Drop Eowyn.
Eowyn's not in either.
Oh, is she not?
No, I've only got 2 in my...
Not your January list.
Oh, my January list?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm going to be
one
buying
son
all
of
those
Ale
Sons of
for
Ale.
Mary Duck. Woo!
I'm not sure I'm going to do that, you know.
Really? Oh, yeah.
It would be fun, but
it's a lot of points.
Basically, we were discussing
lots of money to buy those sons.
Yeah, unless somebody wants to give me...
Stop asking for models in all our videos, you cheap man.
Email me, ilovewargaming@gmail.com, and if you would like to send me 8 Sons of Ale, I will show you just the awesomeness come January at JT's tournament, Malice in Wonderland. Yep. Did I get it right?
You did, yeah. Malice in Wonderland.
There you go. There's a plug for you. And that was a heartfelt plug. That wasn't you trying to get in there.
Sneaky. Oh, I'm running something.
Sneaky.
I'm running something in January. Oh, yeah.
So you'd pick Hobbits.
Yeah. What would you pick?
I've already started to collect some forces that I wouldn't normally play. So, elves. Yeah. I wouldn't normally play them. I'm a Rohan player. You all should know this by now. And
shut up about it.
I've started doing elves, so I'm looking forward to that. And Warriors of Erebor.
Yep.
Started doing that.
I think a Khandish force would be really cool to use. Like a full army of Khand would be quite fun to use.
It look cool, but it's like Rohan, but not quite as
choppy.
As good.
Yeah.
The only thing that you got really is the chariots and stuff like that, which you could.
Yeah. Carry on.
I think it looks cool though. It's got that like Genghis Khan-y kind of look, hasn't it? Yeah. I like the look of that. I really like those models as well. Again, looking forward to doing Corsairs.
My other force, would be a pure Dunland army.
Yeah, that's a good call. High five. If anybody would like to send Jamie some models,
pure
you can do your appeal now.
With
that would be cool.
And some berserkers.
Have you ever seen that?
I actually haven't, you know. I've seen like the odd warband, but not a.
It's such a shame. It's because people look at Uruk-hai and
Uruk-hai, Warrior Dunland. Uruk-hai rises up into the light.
Which is a shame. Because remember, this game is about theme. Come on, but let's see some nice themed army. I reckon that would encourage people if more tournaments had best themed army.
No, I think it put people off.
Put people off?
Yeah.
Why?
People would take off. Well, people would take more themed armies maybe, but
that's what I mean. It's fun.
The only problem with we've discussed this in the past. The problem with scoring points for theme is it's very subjective, and you can influence. If let's say I played you in a tournament and we were equal on points at the end, and you'd say, okay, you have to score theme for your best armies. You've then got to trust that the opponents are going to be completely honest and not go, if I score in 1, he's not going to get many theme points.
No, I wasn't really thinking of it like that. I was thinking of it in terms of not that it would actually contribute towards the tournament points, but you would kind of get like best up. You get tournament points for best painted and stuff.
There are things called soft scores that other systems use, and they are for your theme, your army composition, your painting ability, and I think there's something else, maybe a backstory to your force, and they all contribute to your tournament score. Right. And people call them soft scores because they are subjective. Yeah. You could write out like a page description for your force, and I go, well, that's too long. I don't like that. Yeah. And someone else can go, that's a brilliantly written piece of work. I'm going to give you 10 out of 10 for that.
Okay, I understand that. My point wouldn't be necessarily that it would contribute towards anything. It would more be like you win a prize.
Most team, yeah.
You win. There is a separate prize for it, so it doesn't necessarily contribute. But because it'd be nice to see some even more themed armies. I like as an all-mounted Rohan player.
I could take a full Wood Elf force. That's really themed.
You do that anyway, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yours is quite a themed army.
Damn right it is.
Well, it is. It's not like you've got anyone there who exists at different times, or
something that would never really truly happen, like 7 Felbeast or something. I doubt you'd see that. Would you say that's a themed force?
I would say that is a themed force.
Oh, damn it.
Wouldn't you?
No. Just because Ed uses it, no.
But unnamed, apart from the ones that are named by Tolkien. Because if you bring the ones that have been made up by Games Workshop, then it's not themed. Yeah. So if you could bring unnamed wraiths apart from the ones that are mentioned. So Cumall
and Witch King.
Cumall and Witch King are the only ones that are named, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you could bring them, and then the others. That would be themed. Yeah. I think that'd be fair.
Yeah.
What else?
Just like
Owens was really themed. I'm just thinking of the armies that we saw. To be fair, there was quite a few themed armies, wasn't there? Wasn't.
I think the game lends itself to theme. The army is built around theme anyway. So.
Yeah, that's very true. I guess you might not see it too much. Maybe not. Maybe you used to see it more.
You used to see it more back in the old rules when anyone could appear really with anyone. It can happen more now because Legions of Middle-earth had a really strict alliance system. A very strict alliance system. You can have anyone with anyone now. Yeah. But people choose not to abuse it. Like you don't have Elendil and Aragorn in the same force.
I've just noticed that this has gone into recording into 2 separate videos. Because we've gone over an hour.
Oh. If you have to edit that in.
Yeah.
Double editing.
I'll have to double edit that. I think that if I had to pick something which I'm not currently collecting, don't have, I really like the idea of an Angmar.
Yeah.
Army.
You've got your shade.
I've got my shade. I've got my shade, and I've got Badur now. Yeah, thanks to you. Yeah. And I do have a Witch King footer mounted in Firecast. Yeah. That's not done up, so I just need orcs. Yeah. So if anyone would like to send me some orcs as spears, I'm only joking. You don't have to send me that for Christmas, even though I sit in car parks in the Trafford Centre in Manchester with Jamie, reading questions off of here. Listen, guys, as always, you've been fantastic. We want even more. How many questions did we get this week? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
15 or so.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 comments / questions. We want even more than that next week. Yeah. That is your challenge. So I want you to really, really get thinking. Get thinking about the questions. As always, it's been James and James from James. I've done that again.
Done it again. It's James and James. Oh,
your name is too similar.
It's the James Show. No, James and Jamie.
Sorry, I'm not doing that on purpose.
Yeah, right.
It's because your name is the feminine version of mine. Like girls in America are called Jamie, aren't they?
Yeah, but they spell it differently.
Jamie. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Jamie. Yeah. Whereas James is a proper name. You get a job with a name like James, like a proper job. You know what I mean?
You're self-employed. I know. You have to hire yourself.
My boss is well out of order. He doesn't even pay me. Pays everybody else but me. Makes me work all hours. My boss is nasty. Yeah, it's been Jamie and James. That's a safe way of doing it. Yeah. Say your name first. on the GBHL YouTube channel. Continue to support your Hobbit hobby.